So in today's lesson, I want to talk about one of my favorite movements. This is one of my favorite things to do, which is the hip shimmy. And there's a couple different main ways to do a shimmy. A lot of times when people see a hip shimmy, they see one that looks like this. So that's one way of doing a shimmy, but what happens with this type of shimmy is that you're very much engaging your abdominal muscles, your oblique muscles, to get this shimmy going. So I'm feeling a lot of engagement in these muscles right here as I'm bringing these hips up and down. But the problem with that is that if you're engaging your abdominal muscles, you can't layer, you can't do any other movements on top of it. So because I'm already engaging this, I can't move my upper body. So what a lot of dancers prefer in a shimmy is to do what they call the Egyptian shimmy. And with this shimmy, the movement is mainly coming from the knees, and the hips are just releasing naturally. So my glutes are very relaxed, my core, my abs are very relaxed, and that allows me to layer different movements on top of it. So I can do my shimmy and do an undulation at the same time. Because my upper body is already freed up, I can do a circle, I can do a rib cage circle, like that. But if I'm coming from here, I can't do anything else. So let's talk about how to do the shimmy in the Egyptian way, coming from the knees. So basically what's happening here is that the knees are bending and straightening. So you don't want to hyperextend your knee. You don't want to push your knee into a fully straight position. You want to always have a little bit of a bend in there. But it's really coming from the knees, going back and forth, like that. And what you want to do is really have some good posture in your upper body. So you want to lift up and out of your hips, and almost like you're leaning forward a little bit. So my back gets really straight, I'm tucking my pelvis under a little bit, and I feel my weight shift relatively more towards the soles of my feet. So I'm just going to bend and straighten, and I'm going to keep my glutes really relaxed. And my hips are going to release, and it's going to look like it's coming from the hips, but I'm really coming from the knees, going back and forth. So what's helpful to do at first when you're practicing a shimmy is to start off really slow. So just start slow, bending and straightening the knees at a pace that feels good for you, because what happens as you're practicing is that as you speed up, your muscles are going to get really tight, and then all of a sudden your shimmy will just stop, and you won't be able to move. You'll feel like you're frozen, like you have rigor mortis. So when that happens, what you want to do is just stop, take a breath, relax your muscles, and then start it back up again. So let's start nice and slow, just bending and straightening the knees, and then just very gradually pick it up. And pick it up into a pace that you feel like you can maintain for a little while. And then, like I said, as always with this practice, your muscles are going to get tight, and your shimmy's just going to kind of stop all on its own. Take a breath, kind of shake it out, and then start again. Start off really slow, like that, and then pick it up. And you can kind of play around with where you put the weight in your feet. So practice what it feels like to have your weight more towards the front of your foot. What does it feel like when the weight is more towards the back of your foot? Sometimes I feel the weight on the sides of my feet. So let's practice that one more time. Going nice and slow, and then picking it up. And you also want to try to practice 1 foot at a time, 1 leg at a time. That'll help to make sure that you're developing your legs equally, because usually we favor a more dominant side. And then your shimmies become imbalanced. So it's a really good idea from the very beginning to start building good muscular patterns in your body. So put all your weight on one leg and just shimmy that side out. And then put your weight on the other leg and shimmy that side out. That's a really good practice. And I really like shimmies because I feel like it's a good way to kind of get stress out of your body, to get the energy moving. And if you kind of relax into it, you will feel that benefit as well. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you liked it, please click like below, share with your friends. If you want to stay posted on videos as they come out, please go to hipbellydancer.com and I'll keep you posted on everything cool that's belly dance related. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.